so let us work with loops. Now the first question that comes into picture is that what are loops? So now when we talk about loops, we are talking about doing certain task repetitively multiple times. Okay, so an example of such a thing can be, let us say, there is a kid who wants to buy chocolates and he wants to buy 5 chocolates. So he'll do like this. So he will keep on taking chocolate till he has 5 chocolates with himself. That means, see, number of chocolates wanted is 5. And when he first time goes to the shop, so number of chocolates in hand is 0. He doesn't have anything with himself, right? So the kid wants to buy 5 chocolates, and initially he has no chocolate with him. So number of chocolates in hand is 0, and number of chocolates wanted is 5. Now, in this particular situation, he wants to continue buying a chocolate till he has reached 5 chocolates, or let's say picking up a chocolate, right? So he wants to pick 5 chocolates. One thing you can do is that you can write an if. If number of chocolates in hand is less than number of chocolates wanted, then you can say print pick a chocolate. Right? And as soon as he picks a chocolate, immediately the number of chocolates in hand will be increased by 1. So number of chocolates in hand equal to whatever it was earlier, number of chocolates in hand plus 1. That means earlier value of number of chocolates in hand, that is 0 plus 1. So totally it becomes 1. Next time it will become 1 plus 1, that is 2. But the problem over here is that if I run this program, let's say print number of chocolates in hand is, and comma, number of chocolates in hand, so that it will print this text and this number. So if I run this, you will find out that it is telling me that number of chocolates in hand is 1, because it only one time it checked it, one time it allowed you to pick a chocolate, and then it finished. So this, after finishing, it did not recheck the condition and rerun it once again. It checked the condition only once. The condition was valid, so it bought 1 chocolate, or it picked up 1 chocolate and stopped it, right? So one way of it can be actually to repeat this. I mean, let's say I'm taking this. One way of can be actually repeating this. Something like this. So when you write an if statement multiple times repetitively, then ultimately what happens? The same condition is being checked multiple times. See, the number of chocolates wanted is 5. The number of chocolates in hand is 0. So you are checking if number of chocolate in hand is less than number of chocolates wanted. So for the first time, yes, it is true, it is less, so it becomes plus 1. Again, it is checking, yes, it is true, it is less, it becomes plus 1. Again, it is true, it is less, it becomes plus 1. Less true, plus 1. Less true, plus 1. After this point, now these ones will come up false. They will not be plus. So how many if we have? Let us see. I am minimizing over here just so that I can count it. Okay, I'm just minimizing all of them. It become easier for us to count. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ifs. But no matter how many ifs you are putting, it will only buy 5 because this is the condition. If it is 5, then stop. If I run it, it says it is 5, right? And you can see pick a chocolate has been written 5 times. But here the problem is that what if it was 500? Would you write it 500 times? It is impossible. You cannot keep on writing the if statement multiple times. That is why you replace it with while. You replace with while. You say while the number of chocolates in hand is less than number of chocolates wanted, pick a chocolate, and then it says that number of chocolates in hand is increased by 1. So when it reaches here, it will be like once again, okay, so I still do not have enough chocolates with me. This is still satisfying. All right, not an issue. Again, come back. Again, it is satisfying. No, not an issue. Again, come back. And in this way, what it does, it keeps on happening. So if I now write it down, oh, see, it become 500. So just like that, it become 500. You can remove the pick a chocolate also. I mean, that's on you. But anyway, let's keep the pick a chocolate. So it shows that we are actually picking a chocolate. What does while does? While is basically looping, right? It is looping through the, so it comes over, it comes to the end. Again, it checks it. And again, it keeps on doing unless it is finished. Then only it will come outside. You can prove this by seeing that that it is printing the number of chocolates in hand after everything is finished, after all this counting is finished. So it kept on going here, 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 here. When everything got finished, then only it came out and it printed that total number of chocolates in hand is how much ever. So let us do another example of loops. So it is like, let's say there is a particular calculation we want to do. Let's say we want to take a number and we want to extract the last digit of it. We keep on extracting the digits of it from the right hand side to left hand side. So that means if there is a number 2568, right? Then we print 8, then 6, then 5, then 2. So you just print it. We're not creating a new number of its opposite, but we are just printing this value. We're printing 8, then we are printing 6, then we are printing 5, and ultimately we are printing 2. This is the idea. So now, in order to do so, there is a new operator that I did not talk about when I talked about the mathematical operations, that is the modulus operator. So if you have a number, let's say number equals to 2568, there is a modular operator. What it does, it will be, so if you like number mod percentage sign is called mod, number mod 10. This will mean that what if I divide this number by 10, then what is the remainder that I get? Now if you see, if you divide 2568 by 10, it will be 2560. Till that much you can reach. 8 will be the remainder. So 2568 if I divide by 10, and the remainder always will be 8. So how we can achieve this, if I want to do this, so we can do like this. First we can get like, let's say I'm creating another variable, I'm calling this thing temporary number. So what we're doing, number percentage 10. So we get 8. So we'll be printing 8 temp number. So if we do so much, you should be able to see that it is printing 8. And here you go. It is printing 8. Now after printing 8, what I want to do, I want it to now print 6. So that will only be possible if I actually, this number that I'm getting 256, I divide it by 10. So if I divide by 10, so I select number equals to number divided by 10, then what will happen? 2568 by 10 will become 256.8. It will become 256.8. Let us try to print it and let us see what is the value it is giving. It should give us that print number. So it tells us 256.8. Now we can make it an integer. If we make it an integer, it will get stuck at 256 itself. It will drop the 0.8 because integers do not have decimal values. So we can do like int and then a bracket over here and then a bracket over here. So now if I run it, it will say 256. So we made the last digit completely go off of this number. Then we can repeat the same process. Again, we can do modulus 10 and all those things. Right? So now we got 256. If I do this modulus 10, I'll get 6. I can print it. Then again I can divide it by 10. In this way, since we have got modulus 10 and we're getting the last digit 8, we can divide it by 10. That is giving us 256. Again, I do a modulus 10, I'll get 6. Divided by 10, it becomes 25 because it is integer, 25. Again, modulus 10 gives you 5. By 10 becomes 2. Modulus 10 gives you 2. So in this way, you will be able to go from right hand side to left hand side of this number. So what we shall do, we shall be putting this part in a loop. But the question is, when do we want to stop? We want to stop if our number becomes 0. So while our number is more than 0, we can continue doing this. Keep on doing, but when it is becoming 0, then we have to stop basically. So when it is greater than 0, we want to do this. Okay, it came like this. It is little difficult. Let me not print the number over here every single time. Let me just print this temp number. Then let us see how it is coming. 8652. That is exactly the output we are looking. But we are looking the output in the same line. It is coming in the next line. How to do it in the same line? So typically, after printing this, whatever you are asking it to print, it will automatically come to the next line. You want to prevent that. How can you prevent that? You have to put comma end equals to, and let's say you can just leave like this. That means at the end, without coming to the next line, it will stay over there. And if I write down whatever, if I write down a hyphen, then it will keep on adding a hyphen at the end. Look at it. 8 hyphen, 6 hyphen, 5 hyphen, 2 hyphen. So if you add in hyphen, it will come like, I'm not studying anything. I'm just saying that stay on the same line. Don't do anything. So it becomes 8652. Now, using while loop, we saw that we can actually reverse print a number. But what if I want to store this in a number and I want this itself to be a number? So kind of a reverse number I want. So initially, let's say reverse number equal to -1. I mean, just simply, just to write it down, I'm writing it down. I'm not giving it any value to the reverse number, right? Just something. So what we want to do every single time when we're doing modulus 10, we are basically finding out each of the digits from the right hand side. So I want that in the reverse number, what we shall do, we shall go ahead and add it. I'll start it from 0. That'll be, I think, better. So we want to just reverse the number. Therefore, the number we have got, that is 8, I want to put it over here. But here the problem is, next time it will become 6, 5 and 2. So it always remains one digit. We do not want that. We want whatever the current reverse number is, along with that multiply 10 and add the temporary number. Then what will happen? So let's say the first time the reverse number is 0. 0 multiplied by 10 is 0 plus the temporary number, which is 8. So it becomes 8. Next time it is already 8. So 8 multiplied by 10 becomes 80 and 6 comes into the picture. So it becomes 86. Next time 86 multiplied by 10 will become 860. 5 comes, it becomes 865. Next time it will become 8650 when multiplied by 10. And then it adds 2. So it becomes 8652. So in this way, if we keep on doing, at the end, we can actually, we don't even need to print this number. So there is no longer any printing and all those things associated. You can just go ahead and print the reverse number directly. Print reverse number, and you should be able to see the same output, 8652. How can you determine whether a number is palindrome or not? Basically, if we talk about a palindrome, if we want to determine a number is palindrome or not, we have to first find out that what is a palindrome. A palindrome simply means something that left to right and right to left reads the same, right? An example can be palindrome. Example, a very classic example is the word Malayalam. If you see from right hand side also it is Malayalam. From left hand side also it is Malayalam. So left to right, it reads the same. When a word or a text or a number or whatever, left to right, it reads the same. We call it a palindrome. We can also find out if this number is a palindrome or not. How? Just by writing this thing. If number equals to then we can say it is a palindrome. So let us try it. Now, of course, it will not say anything because they are not equal. But what if I write down a number like this? 25652. Now that looks like a palindrome. 25652. This way also 25652. If I run this, okay, it still doesn't say anything. Have I done some mistake over here? 25652. Okay, but it is the same number ultimately. Okay, fine, cool. I got the point. The number variable is getting decayed, right? It is always getting decayed by 10. So it is ultimately coming up to 0. That is why it is happening. So it is better that we store this number variable in another one. So we'll just say original number So now what will happen? So that we are changing the number variable, but anyway, the value is already stored in original number. So we'll check with original number. And it should be 100% correct because it is anyway going to say it is a palindrome. So you write 24, it does not say that because 24 is 42. They are not palindromes. But you write 242, then it once again becomes a palindrome. So we got a number, we are storing it in a different variable because we just want to, kind of have it using letter, and then it keeps on decaying by 10, 10, 10, 10 like that. So it ultimately becomes 0. This loops only ends when it becomes 0, right? Because if it is greater than 0, it keeps on going. We can actually say this thing that while is a looping if. Now this is one sort of loops. There are two loops over there in Python. One is while loop, and another one is known as the for loop. What happens in for loop? Let us try it on. For loop, basically, same thing will happen. Whatever happens in while loop, the same thing will happen in for loop as well. Now, how do we write for loop? The syntax is a little different, right? Now, even the for loop is still used for looping through certain contents, but there are two different scenarios where we use while loop and where we use for loop. While loop is when you have a simple condition like this, and you want to continue if the condition is true, and you do not want to continue if the condition is false. But when you talk about for loop, it is more like it actually tries to iterate. So for loop is designed to iterate over a collection of items. Let's do a chocolate problem. Let's say we have got 10 chocolates and we want to eat all the chocolates one by one, one by one, one by one. So you can say that while, so if that is the problem, you can go like number of chocolates equals to 10 and we want to eat one by one. So while let's say number of chocolates is greater than 0, right? If the number of chocolates is greater than 0, means you have at least one chocolate, right? I want to eat one chocolate. So I'll write down the print, eat a chocolate, and we shall decrease the number of chocolates we have right now. So number of chocolates equal to number of chocolates plus 1. So we are increasing the number of chocolates we have with us. Now in this particular situation, see, we can do it with the for loop as well. How? Just like this. For chocolate in the range of 10. This is how we write it. For a chocolate in the range of 10. So there are 10 chocolates, right? In the range of 10. Yeah. For chocolate in range of 10, we want to print the same thing, whatever it is. This thing. And number of chocolate is not working out over here. In that case, we have to do like this. We don't need this actually. It'll automatically take care of it. Because for loop, as I told you, is designed to iterate over a collection of items. So it will automatically take care of the increasing, decreasing, all these things. You can just, stop. All right. So chocolate in the range of 10, eat a chocolate. Now the question is, why is it not stopping? Okay, because I did it plus 1 over here. It should be minus 1. This loop is not ending. It should be minus 1. Because when you eat a chocolate, you should get decreased chocolate. So I'll write down over here a print statement that, let's say, for loop, so that you can count how many times it is printing, right? And let's make it, instead of 10, let's make it, let's say, 4. Easier to count, right? See, eat a chocolate, eat a chocolate, eat a chocolate, eat a. So when you try to iterate over a collection of items, it's much more easier to use for rather than while, because in a while you have to write down and then increase, decrease, and all those things you have to continue. You have to find out, right? So a lot of things are there, but it is easier to work with for loops when it is about iterating over a collection of items. There is a better way of writing this range function. You can also do like this. For chocolate in a range of, and you can write down multiple numbers over here. One is where you want to start. I want to start at 1, let's say. Where you want to stop. And the last one is the step. That means I'm starting at 1, I'm ending at 10, and I want to keep jumping one by one, right? So that is this one. Let's say we want to jump 2 by 2, 2, 2, 2 like that. Okay. So, and I'll make it like 5. So what will happen this time? So it will first become 1, then it will become 1 plus 2, 3. Then it becomes 3 plus 2, 5, like that. So it will now jump 2 times instead of jumping just one step. If I make the step, let's say 4, for example, and I have got over here, let's say 50. Okay. And I print the number. I just print chocolate. So that we can see what all values it is taking. So we will see it took 1, it added 4 with it, it became 5. Added 4 with it, became 9, 13, 17, 21, 25, 29, 33, 37, 41, 45, 49. And it ends at 49 because, after that, if it tries to do it, will become more than 50.